Hey everyone, today I'm going to be taking a review of this 1/18th scale Aston Martin DB9 by Motormax. So I'm going to be going over some of the features that this model has and just my overall opinions on it. So first I'll take a look at this model as a whole. Sorry, I need to get like a turntable or something, but overall I think it looks pretty decent for what you're getting. And I think I paid about $30 for this model, maybe 35, which I think is a pretty good value. For some model that's not a like a Mesa or something like that. It's just a little bit different than some of those models. So we'll start off with the front of this model. This one actually has a really nice grill up in the front. You can see that it's not just like one big piece of plastic. They actually took some time and cut out each individual slat for this grill. There is nothing behind it that you can see, but the front does look pretty good. Down here we have some vents in the front on the lower part of it, and they are plastic, so there's nothing that you can see behind them, but for what you're getting, pretty fair. The headlights I think are nothing really to write home about, but they aren't that bad. This is a fully opening model, so I believe the front does open and we get a nice view of that V12 engine, which, for what you're getting again with these Motormax models, nothing too crazy, but it gets the job done. I will have to take off some points. These really big hinges right here, especially in silver, make it look a little bit ridiculous. But, that's a Motormax model for you. Up here we have the Aston Martin wings on the hood, and that looks very good, I must say. Up on the hood itself, there are some air vents, which again are that imitation mesh style, so you can't see anything through there, but they'd get the job done, I suppose. With the side of the model, the wheels themselves I think are pretty good. Especially when you get this spec silver on silver, the wheels match the paint pretty well. So let's take a look at what's inside of those so you can see the rotors themselves. They are very small, I will say. I would bet that scale is very incorrect. The rotors themselves are just absolutely tiny. And the brake calipers as well. They did a pretty good job, but they don't even overlap those rotors, which is kind of funny. So definitely, not a very good job with that. But the side vents over here, they look pretty decent. As you can see, there's a pretty large panel gap by the door right there. But I guess that's normal for these kind of models. This one's just not that great. Like I said, fully opening. I'll go over the interior once I get over the rest of the model, but nothing really too crazy there. The door handle looks pretty good, nice little keyhole, and like same thing for the front rotors or the front wheels. Those rotors behind look absolutely tiny, and those brake calipers aren't even sitting on them, which is pretty funny. Back here we have the gas cap, nothing else too crazy, and the rear of the car does look pretty good. I think they got the design pretty good on this. Nice little Aston Martin badge on the trunk lid, DB9 plates on there, and a nice little dual exhaust, which, nothing too crazy, but it looks okay, especially from a distance, as you can see. The trunk does not open, actually. That's kind of surprising. So I guess you only get the hood of the car and the doors. Again, we have a nice little DB9 badge up there as well. Taillights themselves, nothing too crazy, but they do, look like Aston Martin taillights, and nothing too crazy. Oh, and let me show you that interior real quick. So, like I said, this is a fully opening model besides that trunk, and the interior itself does look pretty good. The shifter is a little too large, I must say. They're trying to emulate the manual gearbox in this particular car, but that gear lever is just absolutely large. The gauge cluster itself, I don't think it has anything on the dashboard, but it's you know, pretty good, I guess. Center console, you know, definitely missing some of the details for sure. It's a lower quality model, so that's exactly what you're kind of paying for when you get something like this. So overall, I think this model is pretty good, especially if you're paying for around what I did, about 35 bucks out the door. I don't think you're doing too bad for yourself getting a model like this. And comparing it to some of the Maestos, which I have in the background, I honestly don't think it's as good. I mean, if you really want an Aston Martin, then maybe yes, but the quality on the Maestos is leagues better than it is on the Motormax. And there's another Motormax M3 behind you, just to get a quick comparison. And this one is a pretty good model, I must say. But overall, I'd probably have to give this model a solid 5 out of 10, maybe lower, maybe even a 4, just because, I mean, the panel gaps right here on the hood, I mean, it doesn't line up amazingly on the front, I must say. The door panel side gap right here is pretty large, and then the shifter, the brake calipers, and then I must say on this particular model, when I got it, it was actually missing this window right here. So I wasn't expecting that. This was a brand new model. So, you know, just be careful when you're buying these Motormax cars, because sometimes the quality of them kind of is reflected in some of the prices you might pay, which is maybe why I got this one for so cheap. But like I said, if you really want to get an Aston Martin model, this one is not a bad one to add. It's definitely a lot different, and you don't see it every day from the Maestos. So yeah, you're kind of getting what you're paying for here. And yeah, but overall, pretty good model, I suppose. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions of it in the comments. Leave a like if you don't mind, and subscribe if you want to see more. And thank you very much for watching.